there are many examples, especially in the work of psychotherapy. And another example would be, for instance, someone that feels that their husband has no interest in them, and that he has interest in other women, for instance. And having that observation that actually it plays itself out on an unconscious level in terms of an expectation. And then what we tend to then do, we tend to feel or believe that this is something that the husband has independent of us. But because we tend to see and project that, we behave in accordance to that. And then we start to, in an unconscious way, elicit such behavior from him. Invested in proving these expectations true, and it's a kind of a cognitive dissonance process that we want the reality to conform to our expectations of it. So this person would go to extreme lengths to prove that theory true, not knowing that she is creating it. And that's why this problem is so important, because we end up creating what we think is out there independent of us, and what we, for instance, would be fighting, while unconsciously we are creating it. So observations and projections are unconscious beliefs that in a very automatic way tend to be self-realized.
People go through life and the unconscious is no reality to them. They say at breakfast I had a funny dream, and that in the afternoon they don't know anything about it. But if they paint them and interpret them and think about them, the dream becomes real. And that's why you have to be lonely, so that the unconscious becomes stronger. It's like loading up the unconscious, and then it manifests. Hermes Trismegistus said in one active imagination to an alchemist, I am the friend of whoever is lonely. We have now, you see, it's a man who pours water into the fish. Now the fish is the unconscious, the content. So we have to support the unconscious. It's not enough to just have it. We have to actively turn towards it and support it, so that it then helps us.
If we do not come to a profound understanding of this problem, there's no way out of the problems that we are witnessing today on the planet.
I think that if not more people try to reflect and take back their projections and take the opposites within themselves, there will be a total destruction.
paradox of observation is that we are locked into a psychological world experience while the world is itself physical, meaning that we are locked into an experience of ourself, but under the illusion that what we are experiencing is separate from us. So the world being a kind of a mental matrix is basically a mirror, a three-dimensional mirror image that is constantly feeding back to us, reflecting to us what we project onto it. So in other words, we are locked into this self-experience, this virtual mirror, but we're not aware of it. And until we don't become aware of it, it serves as a kind of a prison, because we don't know what is outside of these walls of this mirror or of this matrix.
You know, people look through their eyes and they think this is the world, but it isn't. It's a tiny, tiny frequency range within an infinite energy field of infinite frequency ranges. And basically it's like a holographic television channel.
We have basically got lost because we think we're observing something out there. But what we are observing is basically our own thoughts that are being projected onto whatever is out there, but we don't know, because there's no way to go beyond our own projections. The first step is to become aware that what I am seeing out there is inevitably a part of me, and then this prison, this matrix or mental prison of sorts, serves the very important purpose of self-awareness.
There are no other similar beings like man that are articulate and could give account of their functioning.
Then we start to realize that this world was actually meant to help us to become self-conscious, because what I am seeing in you is a part of me. And if we can do that in a mindful and conscious way, then we use the world for what it is really meant to be.
Appeals to racial, sexual, and religious chauvinism, to rabid nationalist fervor, are beginning not to work.
Business of who I am and whether I'm good or bad or achieving or not, all that's learned along the way.
Just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money.
I realized that I had the game wrong. That the game was to find out what I already was.